Alright, ladies and gents, let's keep going with our Asagao Academy. JonTron just helped walk us to class, so let's see what happens. No, I don't want to overwrite my save. Hana! Mai peeled herself out from between a cuddling couple. Was that JonTron? Were you just talking to JonTron? Yeah! Mai's eyes widened, and I couldn't help feeling a little smug. I realized I didn't know the way to class after you and I got separated, and he offered to walk me. Mai emitted a highly pressurized squeal. JonTron walked you to a class? Oh my gosh, you have to tell me everything! She grabbed me by the wrist and pulled me to an empty desk in the back corner of the room, right next to the window. I saved you a seat! I slid in and took off my backpack, hooking it on the side of my desk. I was a little bit worried the books inside were too heavy for the bag to handle, but so far it held up well. It's totally gonna rip. You know it is. Just because we put that book in there. Because it looked interesting. Sorry we got separated, by the way. It can get a little chaotic sometimes. So tell me, what happened? What did he say? What did he smell like? Does he have peach fuzz? Is it rough? Wait, what? My thoughts exactly. These are very important questions I'm asking. You need to answer them. Was his hair super silky or did it have the roughness of a dog's coat? Okay. Before I could answer, the door to the front of the room slid open and a tall woman strolled in. That doesn't look like it slid. That looks more like it opened, but we'll go with it. The class went quiet and obediently slid into their seats. My heart beat furiously, blood rushing through my ears.
Class?
Miss Shizuka. I wouldn't hold the chalk that close to your eye, but that's just me. Good morning, class. The teacher's melodious voice swam through the room, calming the buzzing high of the students back from break. My shoulders relaxed and my fear ebbed away. I am your teacher, Shizuka Wakahisha. You may call me Miss Shizuka. She seems to emphasize that she's not married. I wonder what that... Yep. The emphasis she placed on the word led me to believe calling her Mrs. wasn't a mistake she would take lightly. Some of you might have noticed that we have a new student this semester. Oh no, not me! You're not gonna ask me to stand up, are you? Nope, there was the fear again. Yep. Because everyone's looking at me. Would you like to come up and introduce yourself? I nodded, stood, and slowly walked to the front of the room, counting my steps to make sure I wouldn't fall. Yeah, that would kind of be bad if you tripped right there. I agreed. Hana. I faced the class, took a deep breath to introduce myself, and noticed a familiar face in the crowd. Is it John? Look! John is sitting with two other boys wearing normal boots jackets. It's Shane, PBG, and Jacques. Wait, he doesn't really count. One of the boys, the tallest one, was staring at me. The barrister frowns on his face. I know you don't like me, Shane. You don't have to make it obvious. Something about him seemed really familiar. Wait, he was PBG. Aww. Why does PBG not like me? What did I do? What'd I do? What'd I do? As the other founder of the Normal Boots Club. Suddenly all his strength left my knees. What should I do? Why was he frowning? Was it possible that I already made a bad impression on him? He's probably just like, he's not even paying attention. He's just like, his mind's drifting. You had to be kidding me. If he didn't like me, what did that mean about everyone else? Wouldn't they follow his lead? I swallowed. The faces of the class began to congeal, forming one giant blob. Oh, she looks upset. Like, she's just like, oh, this is a sad student right here. You moved from Rizu, right? I nodded and swallowed again. Why are you swallowing if you're not going to speak Mai? I saw Mai, so I just said Mai, and it's Hana. Then like a beacon of light, I noticed Mai smiling and giving me a thumbs up. That's right. What would Mai do in this situation? Probably blabber over and over and over again.
My name is Hana Mizuno. I transferred from Amaririsu Public High School.
Okay, so it's pronounced Amaririsu.
I'm really excited to be here. I hope you'll all
bowed my head to the class and clapped politely. When I looked up, PBG wasn't frowning, but he still seemed oddly confused. Yeah, he's just not focused. Maybe he always looked like that. Yeah, that's the point. Thank you. You may be seated. I returned to my seat, heaving a small sigh. The hardest part of the day was over. Really? That's the hardest part? I think getting lost would be worse, but that's just me. Shizuka began to talk about standard procedure for the semester, the rules for classes, when homework was due, and that sort of thing. It was all very similar to my old school, and I spaced out in spite of myself. Ooh, a brief flicker of movement caught my eye. PBG again. I glanced at him, and his head snapped back to the blackboard. Ooh, he's staring at me. What was his problem? Class continued on like that until finally the bell rang and it was time for lunch. You really stay in your homeroom till lunch? Mai stretched her arms over her head and yawned. Man, I hate the first day of class. It's always so boring. Why were you so excited about it earlier, though? Weren't you looking forward to it this morning? Something about exciting things happening? Exactly! Well, yeah, but I already did. You met JonTron, didn't you? Now I've got nothing left to look forward to. She sighed. And I was hoping to see Jared before class too. Don't. I want to give her a hug. She slashed and fell across the front of my desk. It seemed like this would be happening a lot. Is Jared really that hot? She's gonna. Oh, yep. How dare you talk about Jared like that? Jared is my senpai. What did you say? If you stare directly at him for too long, your nose will melt off. I've seen it happen.
What?
Yep. What? Anyways, let's head to lunch. I'm super hungry. I looked at my backpack. It held up well throughout class, but I was worried that if I didn't take some of my stuff out now, I might do some permanent damage to it, especially with Satch's book in there. I couldn't exactly afford a new backpack. I need to put something in my locker first. If we don't go now, they'll run out of sesame seed buns. Oh. That's okay, I'll just go on ahead. Come find me, okay? We're gonna run into PBG in the hallway. I was so lucky to have someone like her as my roommate. Quick as I could, I went to my locker and shoved the book inside. As good a book as it was, I was infinitely happier that I had Mai around so I didn't have to read it. Without her, who knew what I would do with myself? Especially with PBG staring at me like that. Speak of the devil! No. Maybe I could ask her what was up with him when I met her at the cafeteria. It might just be the way he was. Cheered, I headed for the cafeteria. I carried my melon bread through the minefield of people searching for the now familiar sight of Mai's red hair. How well did that go last time? We're gonna run into the redhead girl again. I couldn't see her anywhere, and there was almost no empty seats. All around me, students circled each other, laughing and joking, sharing bites of food and splitting the cost for sodas. Suddenly, I felt very obvious and very alone. Isn't there anywhere I can sit? Just then, I spotted a table at the front of the room. It's... No! Not him! I can't remember his name. I think it's Ian, but I'm not sure. Like Brutal Moose. A lone boy sat at it, stabbing his spaghetti with the vigor of a Roman general. He was having a hard time with it. I moved closer to him, working up the courage to ask to sit with him. Well, no wonder. He was eating his spaghetti with a spoon. You idiot! Wait a second. This guy was in my class, wasn't he? I saw him that morning at the front of the room. And he was wearing a jacket just like the normal Boots Clubs, but different. A gold and gray jacket with an 8-bit block on the front. Was he a member of another club? Or maybe he was friends with them.
Hey!
Hey, what?
Hana!
Hana! Oh, Mai! Mai appeared between me and the boy, who glanced up at us before returning to his spaghetti. Thank goodness I found you. I saved a table for you in the back. Oh. I looked at the boy and then back at Mai. Come on. She grabbed my shoulder rather forcefully and pushed me to the back of the room. Hey, what's wrong?
Well...
You are so lucky. Yeah, it was Brutal Moose. Okay. You are so lucky I got here when I did. That kid is Brutal Moose. His real name's Ian. He's from the Hidden Block Club. The Hidden Block Club? Yeah, the rival club of Normal Boots. He's really weird. I mean, she looked around her to make sure no one was listening in. But we were completely alone in our little corner of the cafeteria. He speaks in Comic Sans. Whoa! Yeah, it'd be better to stay away from him. Especially since you've already gotten to know some of the Normal Boots guys. What are you talking about? I only just met John today.
Uh-huh.
Haha, yeah, right. I saw the way PBG was staring at you. He totally likes you.
Really?
Really? Is that what you thought it was? Either Mai was blind or she had a serious case of wishful thinking. Oh, totally. It was so cute, just like my favorite manga. You meet in high school, fall in love, then go off and fight aliens together. I love Mai. Mai's nice. I like her. I don't think that's gonna happen. Shave. I'm gonna shave real quick. Woo! I don't think that's gonna happen. Have some faith in yourself. That's totally what's happening. So now that you're in good with PBG, can you introduce me to Jared? I knew there was a but. Yeah, that is what she's getting at. A hot flash of doubt seized me. Was it possible that Mai only liked me because she thought I knew the Normal Boots guys? That's not it at all. That couldn't be the case, though. She was so nice. Still, looking at her shining and eager face, I couldn't talk myself out of the idea. I actually thought PBG didn't like me.
What?
Why? Why would you think that?
Well...
He was glaring at me. Man, you just don't understand. It's a love triangle. A love triangle! What? Wait, a triangle now? Yes, the triangle. You know, geometry. It's like this shape. I can see it. Stars practically erupted from her eyes. PBG, I can't. But Hana, I love you. But my maidenhood. Where are you going now with this? I slammed my fork onto the table. Mai looked pleased with herself. She totally writes fanfiction. You know it. Okay, I'm just kidding. You're really cute when you blush, though. You almost match your hair. That's not fair at all. I beg to differ. Still, I searched my mind, eager to change the subject. That was an impressive scenario. What? What? No, it wasn't. I just made it up on the spot. Yeah, she's totally a fanfiction writer. Mai laughed nervously. Oh, so that girl who was talking to me when we got separated. Mai told a story of her past friendship with this girl like they were eternal arch nemeses. It's because they both like Jared. Apparently they had some bad blood because they both like Jared. I nodded, choosing to take the time to relax. Before I knew it, we were finished eating. We got up, tossed our trays together, and as I headed towards the door, though, Mai hesitated. Hey, I forgot something back at the dorm. Oh, need help? No, I'm totally okay. I'm just gonna go get it. I'll see you later, though, right?
See you later.
Okay, see you in class. I waved and Mai sprinted off in the direction of the dorms. Alone again, I crossed my arms and headed back to Poppy Hall. We're gonna run into PBG or someone like that. Oh no! Large groups of 7 or 8 people were laying out in the sun, playing catch and eating up lunch on the lawn. It looked like fun to have so many friends like that. My feelings. I smiled. Maybe this new school would really be better than my last. Without students inside of it, Poppy Hall looked a bit like an abandoned hospital. Spooky. My footsteps echoed as I climbed the stairs to the 4th floor. With a sigh, I opened my locker and pulled out the book Satch gave me. It was a good thing I brought it after all. I stepped into the classroom and saw a flash of movement by the window. It's PBG! A boy sat on the windowsill and he jerked up when I came in. No, it's Shane! He was silhouetted by the afternoon sunshine, so I couldn't quite tell who he was. Hello? I'm sorry, did I bother you? Shane's practicing to become a ninja, obviously. The boy stood and shook his head, then crossed to a desk on the opposite side of the room. As he passed, I was able to see him clearly. Another Normal Boots jacket? This guy. He was Shane from the Normal Boots Club. How on earth did this keep happening to me? Because you're the main character, Hana. Ah! Okay. Shane sat down at his desk, fidgeted with his hands a little, then turned to look at me. You're the new girl. I nodded. My name is Hana. It's nice to meet you. He nodded. Shane. Silence filled the space between us. Panic built up inside me. This was my chance to get in with the Normal Boots Club, and I was blowing it. I walked to my desk and sat down, setting the book on top of it. You're blowing it, you're blowing it, Hana. Shane looked at me, unsmiling. I think this guy's gonna be the hardest guy to... You're part of the Normal Boots Club. Yes, I am. Why? He spoke as if it were a challenge, almost glaring at me. Stop making me feel bad, Shane. I just saw your jacket, so... I trailed off. The jackets are really cool.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, they are. Silence again. He seemed skeptical, as if he expected me to crawl out of my skin and reveal myself to be a large amphibious reptile. That seems oddly specific, Hana. Are you sure you're not hiding anything? I had to do something. Who knew when another chance like this would come? But Shane didn't seem friendly. In fact, he seemed downright suspicious. Yeah, he's a ninja. Surely he wasn't on to me already. Maybe it was just better not to risk it. You know what? So what should we do, guys? I think we should try being friends with Shane, because Shane is a cool guy, and he's smart, and he can help us out in our classes. Because he knows a lot of stuff, so if we do, like, Trivial Pursuit with him, we'll probably lose unless he's on our team. So let's talk to him. So you play games then? Hana! Oh my gosh! You need to... Yeah, he's... I've always been interested in video games, but I didn't get to play them much growing up because she's poor, isn't she? They're really expensive and my dad couldn't afford them, but I used to go over to my friend's house to play there. Shane didn't respond. Now what? I was out of stuff to say. What did you play?
What?
What? Oh, Mario Kart. We'd go into battle mode on the triple deck. He would drive around by himself on the top level, and I try to booby trap the lowest level. There's a good spot next to the ramp. I'd wait there until my mom came racing down the ramp to find me, then smash her with a red shell. Shane's angry stare faded. He was smiling, sort of. It's sort of like half smirk. It's like content. It's just he made the whole room seem 10 shades brighter, or maybe I was more relaxed. Your mom must have been mad. She was, but she always let me do it, probably on purpose. Did your mom... A door slid open. Mimi and her friends, a couple of chattering girls, entered the classroom. They stopped and stared from me to Shane. It was clear they thought they were interrupting something, even though we were sitting on opposite ends of the room. So, like, she's in this corner, and he's all the way over here, sitting on a desk. Or I just read that wrong. Or I interpreted it wrong. Because I thought he was, like, running across the desks, like, practicing ninja skills, but... Probably not. Sorry. No, it's fine. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't happy they caught me talking to the Shane of the Normal Boots Club. Ooh! Take that, Mimi. The girls went to their desks and sat down. What were you... Shane was staring at me again, an odd hurt look on his face. Oh, Hana, why? You hurt his feelings. You're a jerk. I immediately felt like I was caught doing something I wasn't supposed to. You said it was okay for them to interrupt us. We were having a nice conversation. Did he know what I was trying to do? But I mean, it wasn't like I didn't want to talk to him. He was an interesting guy. It's not like I only talked to him because he was in Normal Boots. But he turned, pulled out a notebook and some pens, and scribbled away, thoroughly ignoring me. The air was stuffy. I tugged at the collar of my shirt, sweating. The girls kept looking at me over their shoulders as if they expected something. I smiled hesitantly at them. They smiled back, then started a conversation amongst themselves. The atmosphere was broken. I heaved a sigh of relief. What was up with these normal boots guys? John was really nice when I spoke with him, but PBG and Shane seemed to hate me. I don't think PBG hates you. He's just stupid. Not stupid, but he's too awkward to do anything. They were anything but normal. I waited for Mai to come to class, wanting desperately to tell her what happened. But when the bell rang and Miss Shizuka started teaching, Mai still hadn't come. Okay. I thought that was a pause button. Alright, we are going to end the video here. We will continue later. Bye!